Coronation Street's Carl faces a terrifying new threat following a familiar character's return. Will he be able to keep himself safe? Carl Webster fears for his safety in next week's episodes of Coronation Street, as returning character Fiona Morley delivers a chilling and deeply worrying threat. Carl is about to take a huge gamble when he reconnects with Fiona, who last appeared on screen during events that unfolded in Weatherfield last year. In the upcoming episodes, Carl is left increasingly anxious about how he will support himself financially after his uncle Kevin refuses to provide him with a reference that would allow him to secure work at another local garage. The timing proves perfect for Fiona's unexpected return, as she approaches Carl with an offer of some highly questionable work that promises the possibility of earning a large amount of money very quickly. Carl does initially try to refuse the job, but then he's offered such a huge amount of money that he struggles to walk away from it, explains Jonathan Howard, who portrays the troubled mechanic. For Carl, it seems like a quick and straightforward opportunity. He believes the money will provide him with a financial cushion and help him begin a fresh chapter in his life. Unfortunately, like many of the decisions he makes, things don't work out the way he expects. Jonathan continued, "He always seems to land himself in trouble no matter what he attempts to do. Every plan he comes up with to make some easy money ends up falling apart. As viewers will soon discover, this latest scheme doesn't go the way he hoped either." As part of her shocking plan, Fiona supplies Carl with a gun. However, in a dramatic twist that Fiona never anticipated, Carl later pulls out the weapon during another explosive confrontation with Kevin at the garage. Viewers already know that Carl survives the dangerous incident, as he is later seen at the Chariot Square Hotel, where he finds himself under intense pressure when Fiona tracks him down for another meeting. Furious that Carl has failed to follow her instructions, Fiona issues a terrifying ultimatum. She gives him just 1 week to do exactly what she demands, warning him that if he fails to comply, his life will not be worth living. Debbie overhears Fiona making these threatening remarks and immediately intervenes, demanding an explanation for what is happening. Her involvement could place her in serious danger, raising questions about whether she may become Fiona's next target. Major Coronation Street spoilers for next week, 15th to 19th of June. What dramatic events are coming up on the cobbles? Next week in Coronation Street, the long-running tensions between Carl and Kevin finally boil over and erupt into a dangerous confrontation involving a gun. With emotions running high and tempers spiraling out of control, the situation could leave someone seriously injured. Elsewhere, Brody takes a brave stand to protect his friends from danger, while Maria becomes increasingly convinced that Gary is hiding something and maybe cheating on her. Kevin is left puzzled when he receives a letter from another local garage requesting a reference for Carl. However, given everything that has happened between them over recent months, Kevin firmly tells Carl that there is absolutely no chance he will support the application. As Carl worries about how he will earn enough money to survive, his interest is sparked when his shady associate Fiona approaches him with another illegal job opportunity. Meanwhile, Ronnie decides to organize a surprise for Debbie, Sally, Glenda, and Christina, who have recently been discussing the possibility of taking a holiday together. The women soon find themselves enjoying a relaxing break at the hotel. Debbie attempts to stay connected with Ronnie, while Christina also receives a phone call, but Glenda insists that everyone switch off their phones and focus on enjoying themselves. However, with major trouble about to unfold for the Webster family, Debbie's decision to disconnect from the outside world may prove unfortunate. Elsewhere, Brody, Dylan, and Betsy head to the Rovers hoping to enjoy a drink together. Their plans are quickly interrupted when Sean points out that Brody is underage and refuses to serve him. The trio instead buy cans and head to the precinct, but their evening takes a frightening turn when a group of intimidating lads surrounds them and demands their drinks. Thinking quickly, Brody takes charge of the situation. He tells Dylan and Betsy to run while he deliberately draws the group's attention and leads them away in the opposite direction. Following the incident, Fiona arrives at the hotel and delivers a chilling ultimatum to Carl. She warns him that he has exactly 1 week to carry out her instructions or face potentially deadly consequences. Debbie overhears part of the threatening exchange and immediately confronts Carl, demanding to know the truth about what is happening. The aftermath of the gun incident continues to haunt Debbie. She begins suffering from disturbing nightmares and later becomes involved in a heated argument with Tracy over a flower order. Tracy cruelly suggests that Debbie's dementia is responsible for the confusion. As Debbie's stress and anxiety continue to build, she accidentally ruins a gender reveal celebration being held at the hotel. After reading the balloon order, she unintentionally reveals that the baby is a boy, spoiling the surprise for the expectant parents. The situation becomes even more distressing when one of the balloons suddenly bursts. The loud bang causes Debbie to panic, mistakenly believing she has heard gunfire. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Nick anxiously waits for updates on Sam following the young boy's emotional breakdown. He blames Ben and Eva for Sam's condition, arguing that the pressure of potentially testifying at Megan's trial has caused enormous stress. As concerns grow over whether Sam will be able to give evidence, Eva attempts to reassure Ben by insisting that Will can cope with the court case without Sam's involvement. Nick and Ben briefly find common ground as they reflect on the difficulties they have both faced while trying to support their sons in recent months. However, the fragile peace does not last. Once Nick learns the full extent of Sam's suffering, he once again lashes out at Ben, accusing him of failing to recognize Megan's true nature earlier and allowing Sam to endure unnecessary emotional pain. After everything he has experienced, Sam tells his family that he would like to spend some time with Roy. The request raises questions about whether Roy can provide the comfort and stability Sam desperately needs, or whether it could be a mistake given the disturbing Roy visions that Sam has recently been experiencing. Elsewhere, Maria is furious when she witnesses Gary and Sarah sharing what appears to be an intimate hug. Her suspicions grow even stronger when Gary later urges Sarah to delete every message they have exchanged. Later, Maria confides in Fizz, admitting that she is now convinced Gary and Sarah are secretly having an affair. Todd soon learns about Maria's concerns and decides to warn Sarah that rumors are beginning to spread. Eventually, Maria decides she can no longer ignore the situation and tells Gary that they need to have an honest conversation. Gary attempts to delay the confrontation by suggesting that they meet for a curry later that evening. Soon afterwards, Gary surprises everyone by announcing that he is paying for a family holiday. While Izzy, Jake, and Liam are delighted by the news, Maria views the generous gesture as evidence of a guilty conscience. She later shares her suspicions with Izzy, continuing to spread her theory that Gary is being unfaithful.